if you're watching this video, you probably want to land bigger clients, bigger deals, and whether you already have tons of proof or absolutely nothing and you're just starting out, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it using the exact same strategy that I used to land the top tier clients in the industry that I was going after. And it all comes down to a strategy that I called land and expand. Now, if we haven't met before, my name's Daniel Schulte. I own an advertising firm called wealthyclients.com. We help professional service providers scale up their firm with predictable client acquisition. Now, when I first started this firm, it actually was not my very first advertising agency. My first advertising agency was actually in the restaurant marketing niche. And one day, I absolutely hated the clients that I worked with. Well, it wasn't one day. It was actually progressively over time. I absolutely hated the industry, right? Low ticket, no recurring. You're pretty much capped to a 5-mile radius, horrible margins. Anyway, so I was looking to get out of that industry and I got hit with an ad from Kevin O'Leary off of Shark Tank. And in that ad specifically, he was talking about how him and his firm are going to find $10,000 in tax savings. So I said, that's interesting. I have read the book Tax-Free Wealth by Tom Wheelwright. I've read the book Power of Zero by David McKnight. I wonder if there's like something here. I wonder if there's a niche here. So I went and I started to do some research, and lo and behold, in the accounting firm sector, there's a subset that call themselves tax strategists. So I dug a little bit deeper and I love everything that I saw about this niche, right? You sell it to rich people, it's nationwide, high ticket, super sticky back end, recurring services, it's a save money offer, and you can sell it to rich people, right? Which are some of my favorite people to sell to and some of my favorite markets to enter into. The problem is that I didn't know the first thing about tax strategy, and I myself am not a tax strategist. The only thing accountant related, which I found out 2 years after being in this industry, is that my grandpa was an accountant. Other than that, I don't own an accounting firm. I don't have, accounting background. So I'm like, how can I break into this industry? And this is where I came up with the land and expand method. And what I did is I basically compiled a list of ideal clients that I would want to work with, whether they already had some brand recognition among their peers, they already had great results in the industry itself. And what I did is I reached out to those people and I basically showed them exactly what Kevin O'Leary was doing. And I said, hey, if you're open to it and you're looking to get more clients, I already do the same exact thing for myself. I run paid ads to get clients, so it's not my first rodeo. But because I showed them somebody else doing it in their industry, and you can even show them something in an adjacent industry if nobody in their industry is doing it yet, that basically allowed me to show them proof without having any proof in the industry yet. So I reached out to a guy and I said, hey, as long as you're open to being a case study, I will do this absolutely for free. And he said, okay, yeah, sure. Well, it turns out this guy was actually named 2023 Tax Planner of the Year. So he had some credibility among his peers, and I didn't actually know that at the time. Somebody told me that later after the fact. So we start running ads for him, and in the first 30 days, the leads that were coming through were crazy. We had one guy that was a prosthetics manufacturer doing about $3 million a year, and he owned a ton of commercial real estate. We had a C-suite executive at now Meta, at the time it was Facebook, and we had another guy who owned a software company that was about to IPO with 90 employees. And those were just 3 of the 90 leads that we generated him in the first 30 days of working together. So once I landed that case study, what I then did is I got a list. I took that same list of all of his peers, and I just took what I generated for him. His name's Mark. And I took that to all of his peers, except this time, since I had a result and I wasn't going in with nothing, I charged this time, right? I expanded my pricing. The first one, I landed the deal. I captured the case study of the results that we provided, and I took that case study and that result, and I expanded my client base as well as my pricing, okay? And if you notice, it's the exact same thing that I did before with Kevin O'Leary, right? I said, hey, here's what Kevin O'Leary's doing. Do you want to do it? In the first instance, all that I did was I went and I did it for free, okay? Well, in the second instance, I did the same thing. I said, hey, here's what Mark's doing. Here's what we provided for him. Do you want the same thing? And as I got more proof underneath my belt and I got more case studies and more testimonials and we refined that system, I was able to land and expand more clients and better clients because I didn't just stay at the same tier that my client Mark was at. I took those results and I started to market them up the ladder to at the point now we actually have a top 500 accounting firm, which I think is like 0.005% or something like that. And we are now doing the exact same thing. We're taking his case study and we're using it to land more clients. And interestingly enough, we actually had a top 100 firm come through our funnel that's advertising that case study, and we're currently in the talks with them right now. So there's nothing there yet. However, we're able to use that exact same strategy basically to work our way up the ladder. And that's what I call my land and expand method. Whether you're looking to get better clients in general or you just want to get your first start getting clients, this is exactly how you can do it. So again, you go, you do a little bit of work for free, you collect the case study, you take that to their peers or to people a little bit higher in the market, and then you just rinse and repeat and you do it over and over and over and over again. And of course, the higher up the market you go, the more you can charge for those exact services. And when you're up there talking with the big guys, they are going to want to see proof, they're going to want to see results, and they're going to want to see the process for how you deliver the results and how you did for your other clients. So again, my name is Daniel Schulte with Wealthy Clients. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check out this next one and we'll see you soon.